All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak today. Ahelu, Hailerz, Ahel. Let me say it again. Hailerz, Ahel. What a joy to join you all today, even though virtual. This is not just a graduation. To me, it is actually a commissioning. It is a charge forward for you and for everyone that surrounds themselves with you all who have selected to prepare and then not only prepare, but to act upon the preparation, enroll in a program, and to see it to completion. You have done very well. This is not the end of a course or program. It is the beginning of a calling. It is not just a ceremony, it is sending. It is not just about what you've done, it is about who you are becoming. And so I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to see what you will do as you move forth from this program. To Ayu Akpata and the entire Hailerz team, thank you for dreaming boldly. To the graduates, thank you for grinding daily. And to all those who supported you, your loved ones who encouraged you, those who put small pockets money in your pockets to encourage and empower and just motivate you to achieve your dreams. Thank you for believing consistently. That consistency is what has brought all our Hailerz to this point of graduation. Let's talk about a truth that's shaping the future right now. The role of education in the global talent industry. Again, the role of education in the global talent industry. That's what I'll be sharing with you in the next few minutes. And I want to start with just a discussion on why education still matters. One of the things that I think many people struggle with is the concept of education as structured, traditional, or unconventional. I will share with you personally that my bachelor's degree in respiratory care with a minor in health administration was an unorthodox path. I'm using that as an example because typically to grow through that path in America, you would go to a conventional university. I started in a community college, which is equivalent to an OND. So started in that path, and by virtue of diligence, hard work, and persistence, the evolution brought me to a point where I am now an executive at a hospital, doing great things to the glory of that who has made me. But the point being made here is that the evolution of education calls for an openness beyond just the structured education. The evolution of education calls for an openness beyond just the structured education. Education, my friend, is no longer about passing tests. It is becoming someone who people cannot ignore. That is what education is. It turns potential into product. Education turns your idea into a product, curiosity into competence. So when you're curious and you go through education, you birth competence. And then it turns a hustle into a harvest. I'll say this: potential into product, curiosity into competence, and a hustle into harvest. That is what education is. Education still matters. It need not be structured as historical, but that it matters remains. The world has shifted. Institutions no longer own knowledge. Knowledge is received in different spheres. Many people can enroll in micro courses. I teach several on different platforms at this point. And it is interesting to see thousands of people troop, learn, and actually evolve into better versions of themselves. And that is what education is. Today, your classroom is your smartphone. Many people have downloaded applications. Many people are in different communities, just like you are. And that education has improved who you are. Your library is on the internet. Many people chat GPT half of what they share. And guess what your final exam is? In some cases, it's a pitch, it's a proposal, and it's a post that you publish. So when you think about it as a creative, education could be you learning on YouTube, could be you evolving and researching further on Canvas. But then the product that you produce and whether or not there is a response to it on the social landman is therefore the exam you take. So education has evolved, and likewise the stage there is. But remember, education doesn't teach you what to do. It reveals who you are and who you are called to become. Education doesn't teach you what to do. It reveals who you already are and who you are called to become. So when you show up, don't just bring what you've learned, bring who you are becoming. I talked about this earlier. It is important to acknowledge that you had a concept, you had a desire to learn, and you went from preparation into execution of this program. But then more importantly, what you do next is the outcome. So even in education, your education is not complete without the output thereof. So you can learn a thing, but if you don't make use of the knowledge that you have acquired, you are merely just a library. Libraries don't produce anything. They are knowledge bases, and we have plenty of libraries. Matter of fact, this device I'm holding is a library, as I said earlier. But it is upon you to evolve to be an output. I want to switch over and talk about what you all are doing. Many on this platform are from a global stage, some from West Africa, Nigeria, some from Texas and different places, and just amazing work. But I do want to speak to those who are locally to Nigeria or locally to different parts of the world and watching this in real time. When you think about what we're doing and what you specifically are doing, you are not only seeding a plant for yourself, you're also seeding for the nation in which you represent. Let me speak prophetically for a moment. You are not a local talent, you are global creatives. You are not a local talent, you are global creative. It is without a doubt that many who are on Fiverr, many who are on Upwork, many who present themselves as skilled, talented folks are local to our different areas, including Nigeria. And so we are global, and we should own that globality. Lagos is now just a click away from London. Click, click, you're already producing. Abuja is on the same feed as Atlanta. Your work, which is your brilliance, your intellect, that which you produce, can be in Kigali, Kingston, or Kansas City tonight. So the globality of what we're doing as educators is actually something to celebrate. Again, I called you educators because you are not only a product of education, but you as well need to educate people. Why do I say that? You need to go out there, which we know we need to do. We need to go out there and let people know the creativity that comes from where we come from. We need to go out there and let people know the ability in which is natural and default to many of us. Not because we didn't put the work in, but because we're standing on the shoulders of those who have gone before us, who have put the work in. I was having a conversation not too long ago about where my father got to, as comparison to where his father got to, and by the grace of God, where I am today. In essence, the generation, glory to God, has evolved into different stages from a bachelor's degree to master's and on. And not using education as a measure could be one, but also position to the glory of God on where things are. The standing upon the shoulders of prior giants makes you a bigger giant. And so as you execute as the African giant that you are, it is therefore upon you to go up into that global stage and educate people that we can do it, that Hailerz can do it. Hailerz, Halo. I want to talk a little bit about what global talent industry are looking for. So now you have done the work, you've prepared yourself. You've also been well in tune with the reality that your creativity is unique, but it also allows you to get into these global spheres. It is important for you to know what conversations they have in those boardrooms. It is important for you to know what the conversation is when you log off and they say, do we want to bring him on as a project manager, or do we want to bring him on as a creative for us? Do we want to apply this contract to his direction or otherwise? It is important to know that. Let's talk brass tacks. That's what I'm going to call it. What does the world want? It's not your degree. It is not the certificate. It's creators over credentials. You can have all the CPHQs, you can have all the CPPS, you can have all the whatever the certificate might be, but it is the ability to create. What does that mean? It is the ability to produce. You can work behind the scenes, you can package and present all things, but if your product is not seen, you are not meeting the need of the global stage. Problem solvers over position seekers. You don't have to be a title junkie. Don't go chasing title. Chase impact. Chase things that will solve problems. Look for problems. Matter of fact, be excited when you see problems because your creativity can come forth and execute. The market wants skill with soul. They want when you can come in and you move people through work. Second thing they want is clarity with creativity. So when you come into a problem and you see the problem, they want you to be able to come and tell them what the solution is with creativity. Can you simplify chaos with beauty? I say here that they also want agility with integrity. Agility with integrity. Can you adapt without losing your values? Can you be true to who you are? Can you confidently say, I'm who I am. I'm born in Kenya. I'm born in Nairobi. I'm born in Lagos. Whatever the case may be true to who you are, but yes, adapt. Can you be the expression, when in Rome, act like a Roman? Can you adapt in such situations? Character over clout. You're not chasing celebrity status. You're not chasing, you are truly true. Can they trust you when no one is watching? Those are things that are needed on global stage. I must say that last one. Can they trust you when no one is watching? See, when you're working from a global standpoint and you're working remote, there is the temptation to pile on different things. Maybe take one job here, take one job there. Nothing wrong with such things, but make sure that you are transparent in your product. Make sure that you are transparent in your commitment. In essence, if there are things that you can do to help them understand that your service is contractual, your service is product-based, not time-stamped, then go for it. But character is important on the global stage, and it shows in your product. Trust me, I see it for those who I've brought on at a global level. Excellence whispers, and the world leans in. Excellence whispers, and the world leans in. So yes, build your brand, but more importantly, build your discipline. I say that again. It's okay to build your brand. Be seen globally as one who is this, your label is right, and all these things. But build your discipline. Chase mastery, not just metrics. Chase mastery, not just metrics. Chase legacy, not just likes. So the last thing I want to talk about, as I have a few minutes here, I've been told to speak for about 15 to 20 minutes, I want to talk about what Hailerz is and what it must become. You know, 𝗲𝗲𝗏𝗏 has clearly defined this as a platform where creatives can grow, nurture, and really just inspire one another. And I admire the work there. It's such a great community. Hailerz is not just a startup. It is a movement. It is a mindset, a mirror showing us what's possible. So this community shows us what's possible. And I could only envision, I look forward to the day where there are many versions of Hailerz in different communities, the expansion being so great that all the work that you all are doing, that you as the conduit, as the catalyst from this particular commencement can actually inspire another version of Hailerz. Still within the fold, but expanding, because the legacy is bigger than the current state. This is more than educational technology. That's more than what Hailerz is. This is a revival of African brilliance, if I may say, of digital economy, of global excellence. But Hailerz will only grow if you grow. You're in the community. You've evolved. You've earned something. You've come through, and where you stand outside of Hailerz means you are representing Hailerz. People should be able to say that, okay, that gentleman was a class of 2025. And oh yes, the class of 2025 at Hailerz. The brand should be true, not only to yourself, but to the source that came and gave you the opportunity. So don't just be a graduate. Don't just come out of this program and move on. Don't be an alumni that does not look back. Be a guardian. Be a giver. Be a guide. Because you are standing on the shoulder of someone. Possibly Mr. 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏, if I may say. But you're standing on the shoulder of those who have conceived this idea. It is now upon you to evolve it beyond yourself. And I dare I say, my dear brother, possibly had other inspirers, those who inspired him to get to this point and develop this community. I ask of you that you push yourself to also be an inspiration beyond today. Mentor someone. Find 1, 2, 3 people that you as well can be a blessing to. Refer someone to the Hailerz community as guided by the principles within the community. Build something. Build something. Invest in the next version of you. So the future of Hailerz isn't in the curriculum, it's in the community. And guess what? You are that community. I want you to remember that you are that community. We talked about, and let me step back real quick. We talked about you taking that first step to figure out what you wanted to do. You got into this program, you got into a program, you developed, you went through, and then we talked about now that you're done with the program, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to go out and produce. And then we talked about what it looks like to produce. We talked about the characteristics of true producers, those who have integrity, those who are diligent in their work, that their work may show forth that the source in which they came from was a solid source. And then we talked about the fact that you are not only just a product, but you are actually a catalyst. You have to go forth, represent Hailerz as well, and be a mentor. So lastly, I want to talk about legacy. Legacy over likes. Legacy over likes. Please, as a creative, don't chase clout. Dare I say it, clout is for a season. Impact is for a generation. I will say it again. Clout is for a season, but impact is for a generation. You are more than your views. You are more than the earnings, the YouTube, the Stripe, whatever numbers they send you monthly. You are more than your reels. You are a voice. You are a vessel. You are legacy in motion. So I challenge you that you push yourself beyond just the clicks. Actually take a test. Put yourself to test. Do 1 week without looking at your views. Come back and see. If you committed to impact, you will see results in numbers. Yes, numbers are true. Yes, numbers are important. But if you put impact, the number you are chasing will be the one chasing you. This world is starving for substance. Many people are just presenting packages that don't really have substance. And you, the class of July 2025, August 2025 seem to be, it's already August, you are the answer. You are the answer. So as algorithms change, platforms fade, dare I say this, when I was in college, we have moved from high five, we went to some MySpace at some point. The evolution of technology will change. But as all these things change and trends move on, make sure that your impact stays true. I said earlier that impact is legacy. Views are limited. Views are limited. Because one day, it won't be your Instagram handle that people look at. It will be the lives that you impacted. It will not be the post that you made. Many people post and remove their reels and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, the lives that you impact are what will truly matter. I want to share a final story with you. And I'm going to read this story. Before I sign off, hear me. This is a story. This is a parable of the pencil. And I hope it inspires you. The pencil maker whispered 5 things to the pencil before placing it in the box. This is the pencil maker that made the pencil. 5 things every believer, every leader, every hailer, and yes, you should know. You will do great things, number 1, but only when held in the right hands. Let God guide your gift. Dare I say it? It is your creator that will guide your gift. You as a creator are a product of a creator, and so I challenge you to allow that who created you to guide your gift. The second thing is you will be sharpened from time to time. When you look at a pencil, it's sharpened from time to time. Growth may hurt. That's what I want you to learn, that your growth, it may be painful, but refinement is where brilliance is born. If you look at a pencil, the beauty of the creativity only comes when it is sharpened. The growth may be painful, but the refinement is brilliance. Number 3, the most important part of you is within you. When you look at a 2B pencil, it is the lead that's inside. Guard your spirit because that is your inside. Cultivate your character and protect it truly. Number 4, you must leave a mark wherever you go, just as a pencil does. When your pencil is written, it must leave a mark. So when you go out to the global stage, please leave a mark wherever you go. You must, that engages you to your purpose. That is your purpose. That is your calling. Number 5, the 5th one, you have the ability to correct your mistakes. You have the ability to correct your mistakes. Failure isn't final when grace is available. And so the calling upon that is to know that, okay, yes, as you evolve, as you learn, as you grow into this responsibility of being a catalyst outside, there will be times you will make mistakes. I guarantee you, I will put ₦1 million on it, $1 million, million cedi, whatever currency, you will make mistakes. The question is, what do you do when you make that mistake? You should let it be a catalyst for favorability. So live your life like a pencil is my charge to you. In the hands of the Creator, sharpened by trials, anchored in purpose, and committed to leaving a mark that glorifies your Maker. It is also is a glory to the Hailerz community when you go forth and you deliver on the assignment. You've done well. You all have done really well. You've really done well. And so I just want to ask you to just go and create, go serve, go build, go evolve, go shed the light on that which you have been given. Class of 2025, Hailerz, I'm so proud of you. The world awaits the genius that is truly in you. Mr. Ayo Akpata, thank you once again, and I hope this has been inspirational. Go forth, just go and get it done. Thank you.